Hi, my name is Charles Richard, and today I'm going to talk to you about Fuji style. Now, every camera has something that they can offer, but what makes Fuji such a different camera from everybody else is the innovative way that they have been able to achieve styling, not only with the camera, but also a sort of a feel that you can't get from no other camera. A sort of a feel that you can take whatever camera you have in the Fuji line, and I know you can do this with just about every other camera as well, but these cameras, you can customize them, and you can customize them in such a way that when you put them around your neck, when you're carrying them with you, it actually becomes part of a fashion statement. And so with that said, I want to introduce to you a new group that I started. It's called Fuji Style, and it has to do exactly with that. It has to do with using these Fuji cameras and showing you different ways that you can customize these cameras to make you look good while you are wearing a fashion statement. And I know that nobody usually talks about these things, but this is why the X100V is so popular. The X100V is not the best camera that is out there in the market. You've got some Sony cameras that actually have and are much more powerful than the X100V. But what makes the X100V is the styling. The styling is what makes it so much different. So with that said, I'm drinking a little coffee. I'm just getting up. I had a really long night yesterday. I went out here in the Orlando area. We had the monster truck, I want to say attraction, or whatever they call it, the show, right? And so I went there with my daughter, her children, her husband, and we had a great time. So and I took a lot of photos. You see my Fujis, and I'm going to show you some of these photos in this video. But let me drink a little coffee. Perfect. Thank you so much. So anyways, as you guys know, you know that I have the XH2, and you guys already know that I've got the XT5. You've seen it on this channel, and I've shown it to you, and I have them. But these cameras are big, and these cameras are not allowed in venues, all right? Because they are professional cameras. They're considered professional cameras, and they're considered big. So what is allowed in a venue normally is what is called a point and shoot, or a very small camera. So with that said, all right, I have also between all my arsenal, I have the XT30. Now I choose the XT30 over the X100V because the XT30 is, number one, it is much more customizable, and number two, is a lot more powerful than the X100V in a lot of ways, all right? In a lot of ways, and I need you to hear me out, okay? Because it's not that the X100V is not powerful. The X100V is very powerful. It has a fixed lens, a 23mm fixed lens, but when you put these cameras next to each other, with the without the lens, okay, this has the right now I've got the 23. Let me see if I can show you. It's got the 23 millimeter, all right, the f2.0, and with the buttons and everything, you know what I'm saying, it's just looks very appealing. It's a piece of art. It is something that is a conversation starter, and it makes you look good. It really makes you look good. But I'm going to show you what I do, the different things that you can do to these cameras so that you can create your fashion style with it. I choose the XF series, the 23 2.0, the 35 2.0, the 50 2.0, because they're all the same size, number one. Number two, it gives me the flexibility of using prime lenses. And number three, whatever accessories I actually add on the lens itself, they're all 43 millimeter lens sizes, and so they're interchangeable. My accessories are interchangeable. Now, for those of you that don't know this, I know that some of you do and some of you don't. When you put this, the hood that this comes with, this is the actual hood. It's a different hood. It's not a square hood. It is kind of like a circular hood, right? But when you put the lens cap first and you put the hood, which is what I usually do when I'm traveling, your lens cap cannot come off, all right? It locks the lens cap so that you don't lose your lens cap. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people, what I see them do is I see them do this. I see them put the lens hood, right? And then what they do is they actually put the lens cap on top, and you can see how much out it sticks out. But if you want to lock the lens hood in place so that you don't lose the lens hood, all right, what you need to do is you actually put the lens hood, the cap first, okay, and you put the lens hood afterwards, all right, and now you can see that it's flush and it cannot come out because this holds it in place. So that makes the camera much safer as far as, being able to protect it. Now, with that said, this camera right here is a very minimalistic camera. It can be a very minimalistic camera, but some of the drawbacks that this camera has is it's small, all right? And so if you have larger hands and you need a much better grip, you can get a grip like this one, which I have. Let me put the camera down and let me show you the grip. Something like this grip here, which is only like $40, all right? This is made by Photosay for the XT30. And for those of you that have the XT20, it is exactly the same. They're interchangeable. But what I do, all right, if I needed to get a bigger grip, right, I add this to the bottom of my camera. All right, I add this to the bottom of my camera, and look how much bigger and how much nicer now the camera gets. Let me go ahead and screw this in for you guys so you can get a better idea of this wonderful accessory. All right, because there's so many different accessories, and so it does a couple of things. All right, it does three things. The first thing is, if you look at the bottom, right, the actual screw is not centered, but when you put this actual hand grip, it actually moves the screw on the bottom to where it centers with the lens, and so now the whole thing is centered. On top of that, it is Arca Swiss, right? So if you have a tripod that has the Arca Swiss mount, it is easier to mount. You can just mount it, and and you're all set. You don't need a plate on the bottom. It gives you a bigger grip, as you can see right there, and it gives you a place where you can rest your thumb, which is right there, or your index finger. All right, so it's a much nicer grip. Now, this camera, this particular setup, what I did was I also added, let me see if I can bring it so you can see it, a very thin leather, okay, strap. You can see it right there, very thin leather strap. So it makes it very, very comfortable. Let me put it up here. It makes it very comfortable when I go, like, for example, to the Disney parks and all that stuff. It makes it really, really nice. Really nice, okay? And so I love this about this camera. I've added a metal shoe cap, okay, with the Fujifilm X logo. And you can see my shutter button is also metal. And it's very nice to customize these cameras, and it makes it look really, really nice. So depends on how you want to look and what makes you more comfortable. Depends on how you customize the cameras. Now, this camera can be fully blown, and I'm going to show you how I actually fully blow this camera. The first thing that I do for this camera, there's a couple of things that you can do on this camera. I like to look good, Okay, I like my setup to look good. So what I do is I have a there's two things that I do. The first thing that I do is I add a a UV filter. All right, and the UV filter, what it does, it protects my lens. All right, my actual lens glass, right? And I think everybody in the camera industry does that. So I use the Pro Master. Now, one drawback of this camera, and I want to point all these things out, all right? One drawback with these cameras is that if your filter is any thicker than this, you cannot use the original lens cap. All right, and let me show you. All right, with this lens hood, this filter, I'm gonna put it up in here in the front. Okay, with this filter, I can still use the original lens cap. All right, because it is thin and it's not going, and it allows you to be able to use this as well. That's one thing that you guys gotta make sure when you buy a UV filter for this particular lenses, okay? Whether it's the 23, the 35, or the 50 millimeter. And that is due to the style of the cap. Now, what I like to do is I like to add my rubber hood, but I've got a step-up ring from 43 to 49, and I always go just a little bit bigger because I use a lot of wide lenses, wide angle lenses. And if you're using a 43 millimeter hood, you might get vignetting. So I go just a little bit wider, and that takes the vignetting away. It's just a little trick, up the sleeve. And here we go. Okay, so we're gonna put the rubber lens hood. Okay, and here's the rubber lens hood. And the reason that I like these rubber lens hoods is because it creates a bump, all right, and it protects the lens from when you're going, like, let's say, to places that's got a lot of people and they're bumping you and all this sort of stuff. It does that, and you can extend it. And look how nice this looks. All right, look how nice this little setup looks. Now, you want to look more professional? We can make it look a lot more professional. All right, so let's go our next step up. One of the other things that you can do, because this camera is really nice when it comes to video, and here's what it looks with the cap. One of the things that is really nice, because this camera can do video, is I can add an external microphone, and usually what I add is the Rode video mic. It's this little thing here. Let me take we call it the dead cat. Okay, here we go. And this is the Rode, okay, video mic. This is the 2, okay, the version 2. The difference, the main reason in the version 2 is this right here. This, they have upgraded this to such a level of perfection that I haven't seen a better dead cat than this one on this particular mic. So if I want to add more video features, because I'm going to use it a lot of video features, I just put my mic on. And on this camera, so that you guys know, on this camera, it does not use a 3.5. Instead, it uses a 2.5. So I got the cable that converts, that is actually a 2.5 to 3.5. And so what I do is I simply attach my 2.5 right there. Okay, and let me take this out of the way, and I'll kind of wrap it once, okay, around here to keep it nice and cozy. And I attach my microphone, and there it is. Okay, real simple, right, guys? Okay, so I even want to do much more professional grade video. I want to be able to do low shots. I want to be able to do all these special shoots. Well, you can still add a lot more stuff. Let me show you, and I'm just giving you ideas, right? Ideas of how you can customize this camera and how you can make it look so professional and so good that it loses people lose and forget the fact that it's an XT30, and this is really a very nice, very flexible, truly flexible camera. So what do I have? Well, I added a hand grip, a hot shoe hand grip, and because I'm not adding nothing that is has a lot of weight, I add it this way. There we go. And now watch this. See, I've got a camera, all right, that is more professional just by adding the hand grip. And look how I've got a small. This is a neat sew. See that? It is a neat sew. Can we focus there? Can it focus? Can it focus? There we go. Okay, it is a neat sew hand grip. It is very small. It's the smallest one that I was able to find because this is a small camera, but it gives me the ability to carry it and do my low shots. You see that? And the camera has built-in microphone, so I don't have to use a microphone. I don't have to use my Rode microphone because usually when I do this type of work, I use external sound recording. All right, I usually use my Rode wireless Go 2 mics that has the ability to record internally, and then I sync it, you know, in post-production. But look how nice this little setup is. This setup is really nice. Now you want to impress somebody and make it look even one step further. Let me show you, okay? Let me show you, all right? This is the round hood, okay? This is a round rubber hood. But let me change this. Let me change this, and let me show you something that is also available for this for these cameras and can actually make a big difference. This is a lens hood made by Menon. It is a Chinese-made lens hood. And what is nice about this lens hood is it has what we call a white balance cap, which is this here. And I'm going to show you how this works and everything. And the lens hood is that. So we're gonna make it look now like a camcorder. All right. I don't want it to look like a camera. I want it to look more like a professional camcorder. So I'm going to add this to it, and you can adjust it right here because it's got. There we go. You adjust it. Now take a look at this. Now it looks like a camcorder, like a really mini camcorder. Look at that, like a really mini camcorder. All right. People look at this, and it's just a hood. Okay, it's just a hood, but it changed the way the whole camera looks. So it's part of styling. It's part of what makes these cameras so nice. And then I can add this, which this is the lens cap. I just put this here so it can hang when I'm not using it. And this particular lens hood comes with what is called a white balance cap. And what you do is you put the cap on. You see that? That is a white balance cap. And you turn it on, and you turn your camera on, and you go to your white balance. You select your custom. You shoot with this, okay, where your subject is. You look into the light, and you shoot. You take a photo, and it's going to automatically white balance your camera so that all your colors, your skin tones, and everything else is the right color. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this little setup. Okay, look at this little setup. Very nice. Okay, you can, if I want to do a low shoot, you know, I can do a low shoot by just looking down here. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got the ability of tilting my screen. I can do a shot from high. All right, you can see that. Okay, so I can do my high shot. I can do my low shoot. I can go completely flat. All right, and because I can go completely flat, now when I do my really low shoots, I can look down. Okay, I can look down into the viewfinder. All right, onto the into the excuse me, to the screen, and I can see what I'm shooting. Look how nice this setup looks. This is a nice looking setup, guys. All right, it is very flexible, very flexible, and what makes this Fuji camera so special is that it doesn't matter what you're gonna do with the camera, right? How you want to build your camera. It looks stunning. It is a fashion statement, you know. People want to come up and start a conversation. People want to come up and say, wow, I've never seen that camera. That's such a small video camera. You know, it's just little things that you add, and because it's got all these little buttons, and you see all these little things, and they see that, you know what I'm saying? It actually, you know, it actually makes it a conversation piece. It makes it a stylish camera. It makes it a how can I best describe it? It's no other company, okay? No other company gives you that feel. No other company gives you the ability to give you that vibe of a fashion statement. So if you're with jeans, like right now, I got a really, you know, light, you know, 8 t-shirt, you know, and I've got my jean shorts, and I got tennies, and if I want to go to, let's say, one of the parks, you know, very comfortable, you know what I'm saying? It's light, it's comfortable, you know. It's a fashion statement, guys. It's a fashion statement, and that's what Fuji style is about. Fuji style is about how you actually customize your camera, how you actually, where you get all these, you know, things. I'm gonna post underneath this video, I'm gonna post you all the different links to where you can get this stuff, so that you guys can see how much it costs, and if you do like any of this stuff, you guys can also order it. I'm not affiliated with none of these companies, so I don't get nothing from any of these companies, because I refuse to monetize my channel. I'm not about monetizing my channel. I'm about going out and loving my Fuji cameras, and going out and shooting, and just having a wonderful experience. Okay, really, guys, you know, it's just about having this wonderful experience. So anyways, this is a very small video, a video that I hope that you guys enjoy. All right, being able to see all the different possibilities, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more possibilities, but this is what I find that I like, right? That makes it flexible enough that with these little accessories that I have, I can make my camera either very minimalistic, so I can go into a venue, or make it, you know, into a more video-centric camera, or a photo-centric camera. So anyways, leave me your comments and let me know what you think about these setups. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to gain more subscribers, you know, so that it makes more fun, okay, for me to make these videos. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And hit me up in the comments and tell me what you think about these little gadgets. And if you do know of something that you like better, you know, let me know. All right, let me know. Write it in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys. So until the next video, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful and a great day. Bye-bye.